All right, welcome to Posts and Perspectives right here on Silk News Television. My name is Evelyn Ohiola, and of course, you know I do not do this alone. The guys are here to give one or two thoughts on the different feedback that we have from people on social media. Priya is here, Blessing, and of course, Doc. How are you guys doing?
Hello, Evelyn.
Very quickly, let's get right into it. My very first story this morning, President Tinubu approves University of Environment for Ogoni. Let's see what you make of the conversation. Patrick Durojai says, we do not need a university to clean up a community. Just as Doc said, universities are created to solve problems. We need to be forward thinking in Nigeria. Swift, the sugar mummy of Lagos, Jones, says it's important for their children to be educated. Ogoni people deserve special treatment. And Gladys Godwin has this to say, the Ogoni have been or has been at the forefront of our development and agitation and have suffered enough environmental degradation. Hashtag Ogoni cleanup, hashtag the front burners. And Felix Chukwemeka says, blessing, blessing, you are doing well. We are not going to the university with leaves. I wonder why he had to call you 2 times. But then, Priya, what do you think? Especially with what, Patrick said that we don't need a university to clean up a community. Do you think this is really the right step in the right direction, or it's just the government wanting to buy the loyalty or, the favor of people from Ogoni land?
Okay, for me, I think the siting of the university in Ogoni land, it's a good development. However, it shouldn't have been the priority. But I want the Ogoni people to accept university with 2 hands and also demand that the environment be cleaned.
All right, thank you so much for that short and straight to the point. Okay, let's move on to our next story this morning, and this one is on FEC approving road construction across Nigeria. James Agada says, are all of this in the budget? Oh, sorry. Which budget are we even operating? Okay. And Anas Bujo at Obasoge Tutu says, Minister, let us see one federal road being constructed or repair. What's repair? Anas Bujo? Okay, I think he wants to say repaired. Okay, it's repaired in Edo State with some of this money, please. And Element says, since independence, the Nigeria government has been constructing roads till date, and there is no major city in this country with a finished road project. And the vibe says, it is one thing to approve and another to implement. Please, we need setting up of committee to ensure that this job is done. Doc, here we go again, committee upon the committee. And there are people that, especially with what Element said, that since independence we have been hearing construction of this road, that road. When exactly are we going to leave road construction and focus on other things?
Somebody once said, if you don't want anything done, you set up committees.
Okay.
So,
like the one NLC are saying the federal government wants to set up.
That committees are what we need.
Yeah.
And I think we just need, as a people, to be sincere with ourselves.
Okay.
First and foremost, and I think that's a big problem.
Right.
It's not just about government itself; it's also about the contractors. It's also about the people themselves.
True.
Who are also obstructing whatever thing that government is doing. Government approves road construction in a certain place. The people who are asking for divert from government officials and contractors, they must also understand that that road is for their good. And that it's not just government assigning money. They should actually be at the forefront of holding the contractors accountable to ensure that those roads are finished. But unfortunately, what do you see? They ask their own part or share of the cake, and then they don't now have the moral power to demand work done. And I think this is where the problem is. So it's not about government. If government signed and said, let's road be constructed, people should be at the forefront.
All right.
But what we've seen over the years is that people own thieves in this part of the world. As long as the thief belongs to your community, it's our own thief. And I think that attitude needs to cease so that we can see development on ground.
Thank you so much for that. Let's move on to the next story. NLC TUC suspend nationwide strike. And Obiasogo David has this to say. What's more annoying is the reason NLC gave for suspending the strike. Joe Ajaero said that Tinubu's government has approved to set up a larger committee to review the entire tariff structure. Have larger committees in Nigeria ever produced anything other than waste of time? Obasogo is asking. And Henry MD Don P says NLC strike was very unnecessary. NLC TUC are now looking so weak. That's what happened when you always use your strong tool, that is strike, anyhow. Pray, do you think that this particular NLC under the leadership of Joe Ajaero is, many have considered it to be the weakest we've had since the creation of that particular union?
I can't refer to the NLC as weak. The government actually beat the NLC to fall in line.
How?
Look at Joe Ajaero. He was abused last year when he was fighting against the government, some of the government policies that he felt was not in the right perspective for Nigerian workers. He went to Imo State and he was beating black and blue. Did the police officers did they come to his aid? Did anybody did the government take anybody?
But there are people that believe that happened because Joe Ajaero
was taking side.
Political side. It was being partisan.
So what I think Joe Ajaero should do, or the Nigerian Labour Congress, what I think you should do is to have a one-on-one conversation with the people they are representing, Nigerians. How do we forge a common front to make sure we get results? That's what they should do.
All right, thank you so much for your thoughts, your submissions. It's been a wonderful time, talking with you on Post and Perspectives.
Taking that question to pray was suspect. He was part and parcel of the people who drank tea. And then, of course, they have to pull it off.
I'm glad you asked me.
There's a conspiracy against you on this table.
NLC on this table. Why take the matter to NLC? How can you be a judge in your own cause?
NLC, why did you suspend the strike? I should start calling you NLC now. But, it's a wonderful conversation with you on the show. That's the show. That's Post and Perspectives for today. We'll make a return tomorrow for another interesting conversation. But stick around. Halftime comes up. You want to know what's happening in the ever-bubbling world of sports. TC Barra is on standby to bring you that. But that will be right after this time out.